What's the juiciest secret you know? The girl I hated in high school who goes to college out of state got a new boyfriend almost immediately after she started school. They've been together 2+ years now. She likes to share a lot of religious faithfulness, holier than thou social media and posts a lot about how great their relationship is. I found out recently that she's been her ex-boyfriend every time she comes home from school. For 2 years. My grandpa recently died. Grandma didn't like to get involved in finances much. I assume it was some old-fashioned thing where the man handles the money. He was a doctor and had been diligent with his saving and investing, so they've always been well off. So Grandma was looking at the finances since now she has to take care of them, and what do you know, portfolio worth almost $7 million. Apparently Grandpa was pretty damn good at saving and investing and didn't tell anybody. I know someone whose father is also his grandfather. At least he's not his own grandpa. I went to the office on New Year's Day several years ago to pick up something I'd forgotten. Our quiet and unassuming male accountant was also in the office, wearing a dress, makeup and really quite fabulous sparkly nail polish. Being New Year's Day, he could easily have said, "Whoa man, I went to a wacky party last night," but he tried to hide under his desk and the opportunity was kind of lost. Never told anyone, but I feel my expense claims were allays processed slightly faster than anyone else's. It's really admirable that you kept it a secret. For a lot of people, spreading that kind of gossip would have been irresistible. Congrats on your ability to be discreet. One of my good guy friends has been sleeping with our lab teacher for a few months now. My cousin died in freak car accident, but I found evidence to suggest that it may have been suicide. I never told anyone. What evidence did you find? Jay-Z and Beyoncé fight all the time. I work at a high-class hotel they frequent at, and the stories from our staff say they yell at each other when they stay with us. He has 100 problems. That I know that the doctor that performed euthanasia on my grandparents, who both suffered very much in their last stage of fighting terminal cancer, has technically committed 2 murders because this was back in the days euthanasia wasn't legal yet. He risked his entire career, life for 2 people he hardly knew by performing an act of mercy, and my family will always be grateful. My friend got a tummy tuck, but because of how her skin had sagged from her pregnancies, they had to pull her skin up to do the tuck rather than down. End result? She's got pubes up to her belly button. I found out one of my close friend's grandfathers owns the Bruins. Some things just didn't add up about what he had told me about back home, so I looked into it, and sure enough, his grandpa is worth $4 billion and owns the Bruins. I'll never bring it up because I respect his wanting people not to know he comes from that kind of money for obvious reasons. But I knew something had to be up. Nobody just chooses to like the Bruins. I know I wouldn't want people to know Jeremy Jacobs was my grandfather. 2 people that deployed with me, a man and a woman, began hooking up on the regular while in Iraq. The woman got pregnant and sent home after she started to show. They are both married to other people. Her husband thinks the baby is his. How does he believe it was his? Did she get pregnant right away? My dad is a pillar of the community and plays an active role in the Catholic Church of a small town. When he got my mom pregnant, he refused to acknowledge me, and never even knew my name. When I turned 18, he decided that he wanted to be in my life, but he won't tell any of his friends or family about me. I've seen my friend in a gay porn movie. Did you still jerk it, or was it too weird since it was your friend in the movie? 8 of us girls spent a fun weekend in London. One cheated and had a fling with a guy, and 9 months later she had a baby. The baby is 10 years old now and looks like the London guy. I don't think her husband nor the Londoner knows the truth. I think about it every time she posts a pic of the kid on Facebook. Doesn't the kid's accent give it away? My last birthday party consisted of a bonfire and beers in my backyard. My boss stuck around real late after everyone left, and we talked most of the night. He was so drunk I don't think he remembers telling me that his sister was raped and he found the guy and killed him. He even laughed about how hard it was to bury a body. I've never respected, feared a man so much in my life. Now that's how you motivate your employees to be the best they can be. My roommate has different girls over almost every night. While I've never caught him in the act, there are condoms hidden around the room, not hidden very well, and he gets very handsy with them. He has a sweet, dedicated girlfriend who visits every month. One of my female colleagues has had her naked pictures posted online at one of those revenge porn sites. I don't know if she knows, and I don't know how long they have been posted. But not only is it clearly her because the pictures and videos include face shots, but whoever uploaded them included her full name. I don't know if that really counts as much of a secret, since it is technically public knowledge, being on the internet and all. But really the only option I have is to pretend they don't exist. Back in undergrad, a friend of mine witnessed and stopped an attempted violent rape at a fraternity. The rapist's death a few weeks later was ruled a suicide. It was not a suicide. When we play board games, I sometimes let my friend win. There are so many Dexters in this thread, I very well could be the only person who hasn't murdered Asploke. Who my fifth graders have a crush on. Preteen social dynamics are hilarious. Do you ever play wingman, wingwoman? My old housemate had a huge crush on a foreign exchange student, but she ended up banging my friend for the rest of the time she was in the States. Said housemate would always invite the friend over to wingman for him too. Something I didn't realize when I was younger. Foreign exchange students weren't exactly looking for long-term relationships. Also, Europeans seem to be a lot more open about sex. I performed the ceremony at my good friend's wedding, but was the only one who knew it was a fake. They had been having problems and had realized they wanted to call it off, but didn't want to cancel the wedding due to wanting to get family together, and not losing dollar on deposits for nothing. I think he also hoped it would bring them together again. So I performed the ceremony but never signed any papers. The marriage never actually took place, and I don't think they ever told anyone that their subsequent divorce was just a regular break-up. It was really weird to watch all the speeches from brothers and best friends, who didn't know shit.